I want you to share it to everyone
Ako
on
heard
how
it
you
once.
passed the exam, how you prepared for it.
Of course, just like any other graduate, to be a licensed engineer makes you an official engineer, right? So you need to study and prepare for it. So I was studying with some of my friends. No? So of course, just like any other student, pag 4 months before, bagal yung pace. 3 months before, okay lang, bagal lang. Pero pagdating ng 30 days before na, cramming na yan, lahat. For whatever reason, whenever I cram, I do better. And then, while taking the exam, napansin ko, lahat ng tanong, hindi ko alam ang sagot. Because I was panicking. That happens most.
This is the day he got number 2 where he didn't know any of the answers.
So, the first questions, naku, paano ko sasagutin to? I don't know how to answer this. Okay, go to the next. Naku, hindi ko na naman alam.
Very underdressed. Yeah, I had a cut on my foot, and then I didn't treat it for 2 days, and then in 3 days, nag-numb pa ako, so I had it checked up. I had 4 injections.
Why are you telling people about your...
I'm just telling you why I'm underdressed.
Okay.
That's why. So
Usually kasi yung paa ni Wayne nakataas eh.
yeah, so I'm gonna
Pag
put it down
naka-shoes eh.
the whole time today. So welcome to an episode of Dashboard Confessions, everyone.
Hi guys, welcome
I am
back.
Wayne, and this is Ron.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for viewing, watching, liking, and subscribing to our channel.
Yes, sir.
So, our guest for today, of course,
Grabe.
is the king of auto.
Very honored.
He is the co-chairman of the ECCP automotive sector, the president of Philippine Automotive Dealers Association. Of course, we know him as the founder and CEO of the Autohub Group. Please welcome my dad, engineer Willy Tee Ten.
Ooh, welcome to the podcast. Finally, Uncle Willy. After ilang 1 year and a couple of months or 2 years ba?
1 year naman. 1 year and 2 months.
Hindi nyo naman ako iniimbita eh.
Sabi ni Wayne, hindi ka daw.
It's the perfect time right now because, of course, Autohub is reaching its 25th anniversary.
Yes, in a couple of days.
And you just turned 60.
Oh man, don't remind me of that.
Yes. So, before we get into the questions, we have to address them what Autohub Group is. Autohub Group is the exclusive distributor of Pagani, Rolls-Royce, Mini, Lotus, Nissan GTR, Shelby, Triumph, Vespa, Aprilia scooters, and Segway. And the dealers of Ford, Nissan, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Suzuki, Kia, MG, Geely, and I will not mention, si Papa na mag-mention ng
iba.
future brands
Yes.
later on.
May mga surprises.
Yeah. So, I'll mention the key awards first, and then we'll ask you which one you're proudest of. 1984, second leisure examination for chemical engineers. Licensure, sorry. 1999, Ford Philippines representative of the prestigious presidential circle of an organization, top CEO of Ford's dealerships worldwide.
Yes.
2012 MVP Bossing Ako Award. 2012 Earnest and Young Entrepreneur of the Year finalist. 2013 St. Jude Catholic School College Outstanding Alumni. 2019 recognized by Philippine Daily Enquirer as one of the most successful people in the motoring industry. And 2019 15th C Awards winner, Pacholo Ramirez Lifetime Achievement Award. Which one are you the proudest of? Which one?
Actually, all of them are great awards. No? For me, I guess the licensure exam is one of the most important award, or it's actually not an award. It was an exam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where I placed second nationwide. So that for me is my proudest achievement because I wasn't the best in class. How much more? I wasn't the best in class in LaSalle already, and then to play second nationwide would be something like an upset, right? So or something against our other chemical engineering graduates nationwide. So for me, that was one of the highlights of my student or after student life, no. So yun kasi nakakatakot mag-exam eh.
Yeah.
And although I got to practice it only on the first few years after I graduated because I went into the automotive industry. So hindi ko na masyado nagamit, but still the exam is a perfect test of how hard you work and how much you learned also.
That's what amazes me the most as well. I've heard this story many times on how you went through the exam. I want you to share it to everyone
Ako
on
heard
how
it
you
once.
passed the exam, how you prepared for it.
Of course, just like any other graduate, no, to be a licensed engineer makes you an official engineer, right? So you need to study and prepare for it. So I was studying with some of my friends, no. So and normally, my mom would say, if you're gonna study with your friends, do it at the house.
Right.
So I have friends who come to the house and review with me. So that's how I studied. I mean, 3-4 months before the exam, we started studying. Of course, just like any other student, pag 4 months before,
Yeah.
mabagal yung
Bagal
pace,
pa, yeah.
mabagal yung pace. 3 months before, okay lang, bagal lang. Pero pagdating ng 30 days before na,
Cramming
nako,
na.
cramming na yan. Lahat. So,
Were you a crammer?
of course, I studied in a high school wherein every day with exams, which is St. Jude Catholic School. No?
Parang
So,
baliktad na ngayon.
I don't know now.
You're
no?
not a crammer these days.
I still cram.
Okay.
Every now and then.
Yeah, of course, I cram because during my grade school and high school days, you know, our high school and grade school is very famous for having so many homeworks, you know, so many exams, surprise quizzes, and everything else. So, you were basically trained to cram, no? And unless you're super studious or yung masyadong takot na, because some people do not do well when cramming.
Yeah,
no?
yeah,
So like my sister is one example that when she goes home, aral ka agad yan. Walang TV. Ako TV muna.
Okay.
No, I do whatever stuff I like to do. Tapos pagdating ng after dinner, tsaka ka palang mag-aaral, no? So I guess that's the way I was doing things even during my school days. So even the board exam was like that. So I was just cramming, but for whatever reason, whenever I cram, I do better. So it's baliktad, no? When I prepare early, which I rarely do it, no? Kasi hindi naman sa personality ko yung 1 week before the exam nag-aaral na. Hindi ako ganun eh, no? So whenever I do that, which I rarely do, masama yung result eh.
Usually it's the
So there's no incentive for me to do it early. But I'm not saying cramming was the right thing to do. No, cramming is always not good because it stresses you out. I guess, especially now at my age, cramming stress would be unhealthy also. So even if I cram now, I'm more relaxed. Hindi katulad dati cramming, you know, you're always tense, you know.
Correct.
And same thing with sports, same thing with studies, same thing with work. You know? When you cram, normally you're unprepared.
Yeah. My question was, I wanted to kwento yung how you were sick on one of the exams.
Because as I've said, while cramming, siyempre sobrang tense na yan. No? If your exam is tomorrow, then you almost, a student or even somebody who's going to take an exam tomorrow, I rarely hear anybody who say, I'm prepared. No? So palaging may kulang pa, sa dami ng pag-aaralan, you don't even know what the questions are, right? So everything that you think na, ay, hindi ko pa tapos to, babasahin ko. So the night before, I was so tense. And then next morning, my resistance level was so low. And I felt that I was, giniginaw, no? Giniginaw. So, and then when I was holding my throat, sabi ko, naku, may fever ako, no? So that was the time I said, man, ngayon pa magkasakit, di ba? Sana mamaya after the exam na lang, di ba? So, but you cannot control these things. So, during the exam, I felt really, really tense and more panic because I was having chills. No? So, first thing I did is I asked my whoever's making
Proctor.
bantay, the proctor na can I request to buy biogesic man lang para mawala yung ginaw at fever. And then while taking the exam, napansin ko lahat ng tanong hindi ko alam ang sagot. Because I was panicking, that happens most
This
of
is
the
where he
time.
got number 2, guys.
Yeah.
This is the day he got number 2, where he didn't know any of the answers.
So, the first question is, naku, paano ko sasagutin to? I don't know how to answer this. Okay, go to the next. Naku, hindi ko na naman alam. So, okay, so, it's like playing golf. First hole, pick up. Second hole, pick up. The third hole, pick up ka uli. Kakabahan ka na. No, you'll be panicking. What am I doing wrong, right? Everything is not right. So what I did during that time is I closed my eyes, and tried to relax and wait for the medicine. Because nagpabili nga ako ng medicine. Okay. So, yun. Nung dumating na yung medicine, I took the medicine. Of course, hindi naman immediate effect, di ba? So, I had to wait another 10-15 minutes before magkaroon ng effect yung medicine. And then, guys, it worked. Because after,
What medicine is this? We should...
Buti
Maybe it
na lang
works
hindi
for
tayo
everyone.
pharmaceutical. During that time, biogesic was the popular medicine. for
Guys,
headache.
take biogesic. No, just kidding.
Ngayon, Advil na kinukuha ko. But anyway, whatever it was the paracetamol helped and nawala yung chills. And then it made me more relaxed. No? So from there, I went back to the questionnaires and answered the easiest one muna.
Yeah.
That's how I started. So, dahan-dahan, nasagot ko na eventually. Nasagot ko halos lahat or almost all of them. Because eventually, pag hindi ka na nagpapanik, dumadating na lahat yung pinag-aralan mo. So,
Doon ba yung tinanong yung time bomb? Yung falling off a helicopter?
Yeah. That was the second day of the exam. I remember, you were riding a helicopter. The helicopter was going up a volcano, and then they dropped a bomb. How many seconds you hear the explosion? How tall was the volcano? Ganon yun eh. So I remember that, and it took me a long time to answer it, and then I came up with an answer of 3 feet. I said, something's wrong. What kind of volcano is 3 feet? Right? So I had to recheck everything. Yun lang, nagkamali sa pagpisil sa calculator. Iba yung lumabas na sagot. So I had to redo it again. Eventually came up with 1,000 something feet. Sabi ko, this makes sense to be the height of a volcano. So that's how. That's how
it's amazing na you didn't you were able to finish it dun sa allotted time even though
I think
medyo
kasi the board exam during my time for Chem Eng is hindi ganun karaming questions eh. You probably have 9-8 problem solving questions. So if you really know the answer, it would but the hard thing is how do you find out the solution? What there's so many equations you can use.
Correct.
So which one would you use? Diba? So eventually the 30 minutes is nothing because the exam was the whole day. You start at 8 a.m., you finish at about 4 p.m. So madaling bawiin yun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. As a student, you were active in many orgs. At the same time, you were the captain of the swimming team, and you also loved playing basketball on the side. How were you able to balance being an honor student while doing all these extracurricular activities?
Oh, as I mentioned a while ago, I wasn't the best in class because I have so many extracurricular activities, and because I'm not that intelligent compared to my classmates. No,
coming from a second placer sa board.
that was just remember, the board exam is one exam, right? You can be lucky, So just like playing basketball, there will be a day that you score 30 points. There will be days that you score only 2 points, right? So that was the time where I was lucky. That's why I was
Humble
able
answer.
to beat my other classmates. Even our summa cum laude placed third. So how can I beat her? She was the best in class, and I'm not even a cum laude, nothing, no. So, but I felt that I love to socialize as well. I like sports. So how can I give that all up just because I'm just gonna study, no? But I'm not saying studies are not important. Of course, studies is super, super important, no. But just like American schools, international schools, European schools, sports is part of the program. Extracurricular activities. So I want to be a more well-rounded person. So I want to join a lot of stuff. So unless you're super genius, it will affect your studies. It will affect your grades because you spend time in sports. You spend time in this. You spend time in that. And when I spend time in sports, syempre, you have to practice. You cannot just say, I'm going to compete without practicing. So, talagang kailangan. And I was part of the swimming team. And not only that, even the water polo team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Captain on swimming or water polo?
I think I was co-captain or assistant captain for the water polo. And then swimming team, same thing. Yeah, co-captain. And then basketball team naman, I'm not that tall, I'm not that good. So I was pretty good for my batch. So hanggang umabot lang ako sa engineering basketball team. Pero 1 year lang yon. More on the class sa mga Chem-Eng at saka sa mga IME Chem, Industrial Management Engineering. Doon I do well. For the engineering, the whole engineering batch, syempre magagaling yung mga mechanical engineers, mga electrical, ECE, marami magagaling doon eh. And tall, and very bulky, no? I'm more of a swimmer rather than a basketball player. Although, because of swimming, I get more resistance, I can jump high, I can run faster. Yun yung ano, so...
Grabe, you were able to, like, cram yung activities na yun in a day sa school.
I was gonna ask who
Imagine
influenced you or who motivated you to do all those things.
My dad is a swimmer. Okay. So swimming was because of my dad. He taught me how to swim even at the age of 3 or 4.
Okay.
Actually, he did it earlier, but he tried a different how should I say, style. He threw me to the pool
That's how I learned
at
how
the
to
age
swim.
of 2.
At the age of 2?
Yeah, so of course, I got scared. So I did not touch the water for a year or 2.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Trauma.
syempre, traumatized ka as a kid. Tinapon ka sa swimming pool. Dati yun ang style ng pagtuturo ng swimming. Remember?
Tatapon ka.
Yeah, yung, I think Lozada swimming school.
How do you remember that at 2?
No, I was, of course, my parents told me about it. No, I didn't remember it. I just felt that I was scared with water at the beginning, and I did not know why. Because yun nga, tinapon nga ako sa pool.
Oh.
So, but by the age of 4 or 3 or 4, yun, may totoong tagturo na, hindi yung tinapon ka na lang sa tubig, di ba? So,
Good way to learn.
so my dad loves swimming, maybe because she likes to look at girls. Sorry, Dad. So, but anyway, yeah. So I learned swimming because my dad. Basketball, on the other hand, who in the Philippines will not play basketball? Everybody is a basketball. Wala namang sports sa schools, especially during my time, except basketball. I don't know any school without a basketball court.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
Every school doesn't have other sports except
Except
basketball.
basketball.
So you need to learn. And before, I was so small. Diba? So basketball doesn't like small people, no? Unless you're super quick and super good.
He's 5'10" now, by the way.
Yeah. So when I grew taller, that's the time I played better basketball. And because of swimming, because of resistance and everything else, nababawi ko naman sa ano. Hindi naman ako shooter eh. I'm more of a defense guy and a rebound guy, assist guy. Not much of a shooter. So
Since you were very well-rounded and talented in school, did you get lots of gifts at home or praises?
My dad is an athlete, so of course he likes me to he prefers me doing well in sports rather than in school.
Oh,
My
okay.
mom is the one that wants me to do well in school, no? So which is good, no? If your dad wants you to play better in sports, then you
Balance
excel in
out.
sports.
Yeah.
I didn't
And your
know
mom wants you to do well in school, so study. So you have to do well on that to satisfy both of them. So that became a good thing. No? So I and my escape from both of them is to do extracurricular activities naman. So it became a good balance because
Did Yaya teach you how to, did he train you to swim? Or to be an athlete?
he he didn't exactly train me, but because he was doing it a lot, I had to do it a lot too.
Oh, so
Because,
kasabay kayo mag-swim.
oo, he would invite us to go swimming. So, anong gagawin mo? Nakaupo ka lang o nakatayo ka lang sa pool? Of
So
course.
you're parang just copying what
Yeah,
he's doing.
yeah,
ganyan.
yeah. So you see your dad do well, then you try to. Maybe it's because inborn, I'm a competitive person. So that's one thing good. If you're a competitive person, then you want to excel in everything you do.
Correct.
Diba? So yun yung maybe I should say a trait that I was born with that's probably making me attain what I attained in life. So in everything I do, I guess Wayne, you'd know this, that in everything I do, I want to be good at it. And if I can get away without doing much and be good at it, even better, right? But again, life is fair. If you don't work hard at it, it takes a lot of luck, diba? So, but at the end, you cannot just rely on luck all the time. No? It has to be a lot of hard work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's true.
Were they strict parents? Your parents? Or I can't imagine them being strict to you because you did well on what they wanted you to do well on.
They had to be strict for me to do well too.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So, but at the end, they probably knew that I don't need to be pushed because I have this competitive personality anyway. So hindi ko na kailangan kung meron man malulungkot dahil natalo siya, ako rin yun eh. So hindi na nila kailangan gatungan, di ba? So I don't think they ever felt na they had to push because of course if I didn't have the drive, then they'll probably be stricter. And I can see that with some of my siblings, no, na hindi ganun ka doon mas
Sa kanila
strict
na-
sila, no. Sa akin mas hindi because I think they knew that I would push myself naman eh.
Okay. You are for those who don't know, they are 5 in the family, 5 siblings. My dad being the eldest. How is it being the eldest with 4 sisters? Did you have lots of responsibilities back at home?
Being the eldest, of course I have 4 sisters. All of them younger than me. So maski pa paano, even without my parents saying, parang ikaw yung head of the siblings, not head of the family, no? So it also gives you this pressure that you have to do good also. You have to take the lead. You have to be a good example. Ang hindi ko kaya is yung pag-uwi ng bahay, aral ka agad. Because my sister would do that. Doon ako palagi napapagalitan. Ba't di ka pa nag-aaral? My mom would say, your sister's finished already studying. You haven't even started. Sabihin ko, after dinner na, relax lang. Kararating ko lang sa school, pahinga muna, and then watch TV. Yun. So we have dinner at 7. So 7:30, study na dapat. So eventually it became 8, became 9, became 10. So
Mataas na
yun,
mataas.
doon ako natuto mag-cram, no? Even if the good thing
Yun
is,
yung pinakaayaw ko mag-cram.
It's hard.
because it depends on the person nga, as I've said.
Yeah, again.
If I study at 9 or 10, bagsak ako by 11, hindi pa ako tapos. But I don't understand why that if I did not finish my homework, I would automatically wake up at 4 a.m. without an alarm clock
To finish.
to finish it. So, bihirang-bihira yung mag-oversleep. Para bang nandun si Diyos na, oy, gising na, aral ka muna. Kung hindi ka pa ready sa school, right? So, one of my sisters followed me, no? Unfortunately, she passed away already, no? So, my sister did the same thing, no? She didn't follow the more studious one. So, yun lang.
Did it work for her?
Hindi nag-work sa kanya kasi when she wakes up, time to go to school na. So, hindi niya natatapos, no? So, yun yung palaging napapagalitan ng parents ko dahil yun nga, mas mababa yung grades niya because hindi nga niya natatapos. So, yun, swerte ko naman yun na dahil nagigising ako kung hindi pa tapos.
Is it, baka you, like when you were young, parang you remember things very well, baka kaya it helps.
Hindi, like 3 days ago, I played golf with a partner. We did very well on the first day. We were tied for 3rd place or 4th place. And then second day was yesterday. And I woke up so early because I was so excited. Then I played so bad. Diba?
Oh, no.
Oh, I played so bad. So, sayang. Sometimes it works against you.
Right,
But that was sports. This was school, right? So, diba? So, when you study, then you do well, right? And hindi ko ginawa yung ginawa ko sa board exam yesterday, no? When I played bad, tuloy-tuloy, lalong napasama. You work, you force it, then
Hindi
it
ka
becomes
nag-relax,
bad. So,
Did you win?
no,
yesterday?
it was so bad. It was one of my worst games. So, so instead of 3rd place,
Oh, man.
Bawi na lang.
buti na lang my partner didn't do well too. So, okay lang.
Pareho kayo.
Pareho kami sabog. No? But anyway, I was worse. Though. I was worse. So there are days like that. No? So yun yung ano doon.
So, sa mga kids ngayon na going through that, that examination phase or bar exam phase, ganyan, and what advice you can give them that they can do?
There's your camera. Please talk to
Oh,
them.
here?
Yes.
Okay. Don't follow what I did. Because
Don't get sick.
Yeah, don't get sick.
no, because if you're not used to cramming, just like Wayne is not used to cramming, then it's not healthy for you. If you're used to cramming, then maybe you can follow. But it's always better to be prepared ahead of time. I think, it's always best in anything you do in life, if you can prepare earlier. The earlier you prepare, the better. Early bird catches the worm, as they say, di ba? So everything that you can do, try to prepare early. Try to be ready for whatever you want to do. Wag yung bara-bara na lang. It takes a lot of training to do bara-bara. No? For me, I was trained because during my elementary and high school days, ganun na yung school namin eh. So it trained us to be like that also. No? Again, it depends on the personality. No? It depends on the person itself. No? And I'm the type of person that does pretty okay under pressure. So Wayne would probably have known this, that with little preparation, sometimes I can get away with it. No, so
Yes.
So
It's a gift.
It's not a gift.
It's really a gift. He won't admit it. It's a gift.
Nasanay na kasi. So if I have to give a speech, I read the script once, then okay na, bahala na kung ano lumabas sa bibig ko. So
You used to prepare for scripts. Now we don't anymore.
yeah, before in the beginning,
ganun
I would sort of like memorize the speech. It
But
makes
it's harder eh.
It's harder, yeah.
Yeah.
So better to be spontaneous. But again, if you don't have anything in your head naman, your speech would be so kalat, left and right. Magulo, di ba? And the people listening to you say, what the hell is he talking about, right? So it's also, it needs to have direction as well. No? So I was probably, because of so many times I've done it, so more or less you read through it once or twice. You more or less know what to say or more. And of course the things I say naman, I've experienced it most of the time. So it's basically more natural to say it. Just like today, I came to this podcast. I don't even know what questions you're gonna ask, right?
I'm telling you right
You
now.
didn't send him ba?
No, I did not. Because sometimes it's better, spontaneous. Some podcasts, I have minimal questions and then gagatong na lang ako. Some podcasts I prepared very well. For this podcast, I prepared it last night lang and I wanted it to be 3 parts. Your childhood, your business, and your personal life. So it's gonna be 3-episode YouTube.
Pwede ba wala na yung last part?
Hindi naman personal life, your hobbies, etc. like the golf, etc.
Okay.
So, there. We're done with the childhood part. So, for the students listening, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Because our sponsor for today is, of course, the Autohub Group.
Yeah.
It's our 25th anniversary. Check out our latest deals and promos in our website and in our social media pages, Autohub Group. Our events for March 5th, we will have a special event on March 15 here at BGC.
Yeah.
Correct?
So 15 to 17.
15 to 17.
2 days, guys.
3 days.
3-day event.
Yeah.
So we hope to see you all there.
Yes.
Thank you.
Maraming pasabog.
Yan. Yun ang mga gusto ng nanonood.